I'm John Gibson, and joining me now is Jevin Redman with this week's Sports Chat. Good to see you, Jevin.
Sure, John.
Thanks for joining us. Well, let's start with baseball. As I understand it, 2 local high school baseball players have now signed with the major league teams that drafted them, right?
Yeah, so in the area, 2 local pitchers from Evansville Memorial High School. Matthew Fisher, who graduated this past spring, did sign with the Philadelphia Phillies. He was drafted in the 7th round, and he got a $1.25 million signing bonus, which is the highest for that slot ever in Major League Baseball history. He had signed to go play college ball at IU, but he will begin his pro career because of that signing bonus. Then also Castle High School grad Cam Tilley, who had pitched at Auburn University the last 2 years, did sign with the New York Mets in the 7th round for $397,500 for his signing bonus. So 2 good paydays for local pitchers. Yeah. And then just to finish up with some local talent, we talked about Colson Montgomery, who's from Southridge High School, graduated back in 2021. He made his Major League debut on July 4th with the Chicago White Sox. Johnny's doing pretty well through 16 games. He's batting .275, a couple of home runs. Hit his first home run this past Tuesday at Tampa Bay. Had a big game on Wednesday, going 2 for 5, a home run, and driving in 5 runs. So Montgomery doing well for the White Sox.
Yes, indeed. And let's talk a little bit about the Major League Baseball trade deadline. That's coming right up, right?
It is, yeah. Next Thursday, July 31st at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And, for teams of local interest, the Chicago Cubs will certainly be in buy mode as they are 16-42, just a game back in Milwaukee for the division lead. So they'll be looking for some talent to help them. And then for the Cardinals and the Reds, they're kind of in limbo. They're both, a couple games out of the final wild card spot. The Cardinals 53-51. The Reds are 53-50. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do, whether they decide to sell or buy. They're kind of 50-50 right now.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, also the Evansville Otters, they've been struggling a bit lately.
Yeah, we talked last week, coming out of their All-Star break, they're on a 12-game losing streak, and they're just 2-4 on their current 9-game road trip. They're at the Ottawa Titans tonight. Evansville is still losing ground in the standings. They're 11 games out of first place at 23-39, but they do finish up a 9-game road trip this weekend. They're back at home on Tuesday night at Bosse Field to begin a quick homestand.
Yes, indeed. All in the WNBA last night. The Indiana Fever won, but a certain star player was still on the sidelines, right?
Yeah, it's been a struggle for Caitlin Clark, the star in the WNBA, and also for the Fever to stay on the court this year. She's only played in 13 of their 25 games. In a report that came out yesterday before their game against Las Vegas Aces, sounds like she's going to be out for a little while. There is no timetable as far as her return this year. In the same season, she's had a left quad strain, a left groin injury, and right now a right groin injury. So the Fever, who are in the playoff chase with 19 games left, are going to be without their star for quite a while, looks like.
Hopefully we can get Caitlin Clark back in the lineup soon. Well, anything else to add?
No, we finish up July, and next week we'll probably maybe talk some football stuff as the Hall of Fame. The first preseason game is on Thursday for the NFL, and then we'll get busy come August. So, it can be somewhat of a slow time in terms of big events throughout July, but just about through the month, and it gets busy quickly in August.
Yes, indeed. High school football right around the corner. That is Jevin Redman with this week's Sports Chat. As always, Jevin, thank you so much.
Thanks, John.